Now let's get back to these examples. Okay. Oh, I already remove all the labels there. It should be here 3 bits 3 bits per pixels, and then you generate the histogram. This is the process. And then to make you more easy, instead of drawing the histogram, it's better in order for you to process the histogram equalization. If you want to do the hand calculation, you can do something like this in form of table. Okay, so again, this is your R. Okay, you don't have to of course the histogram need to be generated if the question asks you to generate or to produce the histogram. But later, if you want to solve this image, okay, first let me go into this one. What can you think about this one? Okay, because this one, you can see that from the histogram, you can see that because most of the pixel occupy at this point, even there's a small point over here. Okay, but then we can conclude that this image is suffer with low dark contrast image, because the same thing what we have discussed before. This is called as low contrast. Okay, we can consider it as a low dark contrast image because most of the pixel there, or most of the histogram there, intensity value there, or the histogram occupy at this dark region, and it's very narrow. Okay, so that's why in this example we can consider this image as a low dark contrast image. Okay, then how to solve this one by using histogram equalization? One way is you can generate this table. Instead of solving directly from the histogram, you can generate the table. So this is your R. Of course, your R here is a 3 bit per pixels. That's why you have from 0 to 7 only. So don't plot from 0 to 255. Again, the question is 3 bit per pixels. And then get the PR. Okay, of course this one is 0. I already draw that before. Okay, remember 0 is to get the first probability distribution function, which is this one. You have 3 divided by 20. Okay, for 0, if you talk about the probability distribution function, then you have 3 divided by 20. And then for 1, you have how many is there? 5 divided by 20. So you divide this thing, and then this is what you get. Okay, so 3 divided by 20, you get 0.15, and then 5 divided by 20, you get 0.25, and then you do it continuously up until 7. Okay, 7, because 7 there's no pixels there belong to 7. Then 0 divided by 20, you get 0. Then after that, the second or the third row is your cumulative distribution function. So how to apply this one? Okay, how to generate this one based on this equation is using this summation process. So this summation, actually, if you have to proceed it inside the tables, okay, once you have the probability distribution function, the first number here, you just bring down. Okay, to get this one you must plus this one. Okay, that is the summation process there. The summation notation there, it's executed by plus this 0.15 with this 0.25, then you get 0.4. And this one, you plus this one, then you get this one. Okay, this one, you plus this one, you get this one. This one, you continuously do something like that. This one plus this one, you get this one. This one, you plus this one, you get this one. So to check whether your operation is correct, it should be, at the end, okay, when there's nothing to be add more, the number should be 1 1. And if you talk about this one is 3 bit, Okay, if you talk about 4-bit per pixels intensity resolution, level resolution, then you can have from 0 to 15. Then you can have 1 1 1, too many ones there. So if you find out your cumulative distribution function end up with 1 1 1 1, then it means that you are at the right track. Okay, after that, what you need to do, okay, since our L minus 1 in this question is 7, okay, you just multiply. Okay, this is actually operation of, this is your L minus 1. Okay, it depend on the question. Again, remember, it depend on the intensity level resolution. For this case, it's a 3-bit per pixel. That's why your L minus 1 is 7. Then your cumulative must multiply with 7. You get this number. Okay, once we get this number, again, because our image is a digital image, we don't have any floating number like this. That's why the end product, which is our output intensity resolution, S there, should be round this number. Okay, you must round the number. That's why you get 1 there, you get 3 there, you get 4.2, you round into 4 there. So this is must, because you are dealing with digital image, and then you have color of 0 1 2 up into 7s there, but you don't have any color that belong to 2.8 or color belong to 4.2. So that's why you must round according round to the nearest numbers, or to the to the nearest numbers. Okay, to the nearest integers. Okay, now we already finished. Actually, this is your transformation function. Okay, R going to your transformation function, then you produce S. Okay, even we don't have any, any RS characteristic to see our transformation function. In histogram equalization, you have the transformation function, but we don't draw the transformation function in terms of the relation between R and S in graph, but we have draw or generate the transformation function by having this table, because now you can see that each and every R there, if R equal to 0, the S equal to 1. If R equal to 1, S is equal to 3. Actually, that is a transformation function that you have produced from the operation of cumulative distribution function, where that is actually the process that involved in histogram equalization. So what you do, so of course, you must produce a matrix of your output image. Okay, the matrix there should be same size as the input image there. Okay, we have 5 times 4, which is 20. Then you must draw that one. Okay, 5. Okay, and then this one equal to 0. If R equal to 0, okay, if R equal to 0, then S equal to 1. So any 0 here must change into 1. So you must put there 1. So this one 0 0. So over here also 1 1. Okay. So any R equal to 1 will become 3. So 1 become 3. So any ones there, you have here 1 1 1 1. So it become 3 3 3 3. So you repeat this process, then this is what you get as the output image. So if you plot the histogram, okay, this is the histogram after you the histogram of this image. Okay, meaning that the product of histogram equalization. Okay, of course, like I said, our ideal histogram, you want to have something like this, but in reality, after apply the histogram equalization, we cannot achieve something like this. But actually, if you see the histogram is better as compared to the input image. You can see the input image only occupy at this side, which is dark region, but now it's cover a very wide range there, means that it's occupy almost all intensity value of this 3-bit image. Okay, so this is how we compute the histogram equalization, okay, by using hand calculation. So I hope you can get the process there. And after this, we will discuss about the histogram equalization process in a practical image. Okay, in image which is 8 bit per pixel, then you will see how actually the histogram equalization can improve the contrast of the image. Of course, by having this hand calculation, you cannot see the effects there, because this one is only we want to do some hand calculation. But in practical, you will see that by having the same formula, actually it's help a lot in terms of improving the quality of the image by increasing the contrast of the image if your image is suffer with low contrast image. Okay, low contrast.